Good job!
The hope of a full recovery and watching his niece Madison grow up are what keep 36-year-old Jordan Bruce going.
I was too young. I couldn't have a stroke.
Bruce has had 2 strokes, the second leaving his left side mostly paralyzed.
It took a coworker to hear me, to come around and see. He noticed the signs and symptoms of stroke, so he called 911 immediately.
It was the right thing to do, but a new report says too many are still making their own way to hospital instead of calling an ambulance.
A third of people don't take an ambulance when they come to the hospital for care of stroke.
In Ontario, all paramedics are trained to recognize the signs of stroke and take the patient to one of the province's specialized stroke centers.
If the symptoms have just started, we've got a 4.5-hour window that we can actually give a therapy to break up the clot that may cause the stroke.
The report also called for earlier diagnosis once patients are at hospital.
While most people are diagnosed in the emergency department and then go on to an inpatient bed, about 15% of those people didn't have their stroke picked up while they were in emergency.
Strokes can be difficult to diagnose because symptoms like dizziness, headache, and fainting can be mistaken for other conditions.
Patients who come in with an arm that doesn't move or a leg that doesn't move, that's very, very easy to pick up on. If it's a very, very subtle weakness that they have and they may come in with other issues other than just the stroke, that may be more of a priority than the stroke is at that time.
Bruce is now working with various hospitals to integrate software he's created called Stroke ePassport, medical records you can carry on a USB key.
Go to your doctor and you can just plug it in and see all your records. It was created out of the need for me to have all my medical records going from specialist to specialist.
The report also showed 1 in 5 stroke patients spent 5 days in an acute care hospital bed while waiting to go to rehab or long-term care, likely indicating that there's a shortage of those kinds of beds for these patients. And rehab, of course, you need to get into it as quickly as possible, and it needs to be intense in order to make a better recovery.
Right. Thanks, Bea.
You're welcome.